Hello everyone and welcome. Let's model these glasses. Here is a drawing of that. I get one front view with one dimension, 66, one top view, one side view, one isometric view. So I get these images. I will upload those to my GrabCAD account, or you can screenshot them from right here. And I will start in an empty part studio. With a sketch on the front plane and just draw one line here with that dimension 66. Then I will place that front image here. Make a coincident constraint between that line and the origin. Pull that down. Maybe place the origin right here. And then make that a little bigger here. So that 66 ends right here. Okay. I might just place one more line here, which will help me to position the side view. All right. Then I will place that top view. So there is my top view. Something like that. Again, place a coincident constraint here. Pull that down. Make that a little bigger here. Something like that. And again, I will draw one construction line here just to have a reference for that side image. I have suppressed the fillets and these views to make it easier. Okay, place a sketch on the right plane. Insert that SV here. Pull that over there. Pull it down. Oh, okay, so we have this construction line and we got that one. So it's got to be a bit bigger. Okay, we got to fix something here. So it is about that position. Yeah, maybe a little more to the left. And I will place a fixed constraint there. And then pull that out here. That is the right size. Let's just check again on here on our front view. And that looks okay. Okay, so I got these three views. I can rename those. So that's the front. That was the top, and that was the side, and I'll place those three in a folder and call that one views, and I'll hide those two for a moment and start with my first sketch on the front plane. And then again, one construction line here up till there. Then spline. Place a couple of spline points here. Maybe up to here. Pull that out a bit. Take that handle here. Give that a horizontal constraint. Continue here. So I want one straight corner here. And maybe even place a fixed constraint here. Then coincident. And that handle again, line that with that line. And continue with another spline at the bottom here. Here. Pull that a bit back. Give that a vertical constraint. Manipulate those spline points any way you want them to be. Here, that is important. That handle got to be horizontal constraint like this. Continue with one spline here. Like this. Here, pull it out a bit. Something like that, huh? Right. Before I wanted to start my first sketch, I wanted to introduce one variable for the thickness and give that a value of 3.2. The thickness of our frame, our front, and so look at that. Maybe we can give this value here, the thickness divided by 2. Okay. So I will color that sketch and rename that as my front sketch. So I will start my sketch with a spline. Again, I can start here in the origin and follow that edge here. Whenever you feel like your next point is going to jump to that line here, you can press Shift and you won't have that problem, okay? So you can pick some place very close to that line. It won't snap to that. So I'll give here spline point and the last one someplace over there. Apply that necessary constraint to that handle, horizontal constraint, and another horizontal between those two. And again, a horizontal constraint right here. All right, that is the line for the front. And I will draw one more line here in this sketch, and that is the curve for the side. So I'll place that somewhere here. Go over here. And just continue someplace here. Okay. I'll have a look at that. And combine this edge here. You can pull that out with the vertical constraint to that point. So V, that one. Okay, because I want that to be on that very same level. And again, vertical constraint to that handle. And okay, things moved a little here. Like this. And maybe insert spline point somewhere here. And apply again a horizontal constraint, coincident, and take care of both of those. And a vertical constraint between those two. Because I want a level face on this side of my front. Okay. So now let's hide or rename that here. Top. Hide that view. Maybe show the side view. Because the next thing is an extrude of a surface of that curve. And that will serve for the projection of my red sketch. But for the direction of that sketch, the way glasses are, there's a certain angle here of the front. So we can pick direction and select a mate connector. We take that origin here and rotate that around the red one, the red axis, which is the x-axis. So I go into the command, click, this little icon. Go to rotate about and rotate about X, and maybe rotate that 6 degrees. Let's have a look at that here, and this is what I want. So I accept that. And now I go to the split command, take that face and split that with my front sketch. And just to make things more visible, I will delete that outer face. Okay, so I got this. Maybe I'll hide those two here. Now I'll go into the thicken command, and there it is. I'll take that face, turn that around, and give that thickness variable. Okay, I'll give that a different color here. And now go to for the glasses, go to the move face command, take that inside face and move that by the variable divided by 4. Yeah. So I gotta pick it from down here. And accept that. All right, I can hide that. I can hide that surface after I thicken that face. So again, to that side, to the outside, and give that thickness value divided by 2. All right. So there's the face. We don't need that anymore. And I will just change the transparency of that here. Okay. Okay, so there is one thing. These two bodies are right on top of each other, and there is what people call Z fighting, and we need a tolerance for the glass anyway. So I will go to the move face command, take that face, give that a 0.2 millimeter offset to the inside, and no more Z fighting. So now let's show our side view here and start a sketch on the right plane. And we can start by projecting that rectangle. And from there, we can hide our 2 parts. Now let's just follow our shape here with a line, then a tangent arc. One subscriber asked me why I do that. I go back over that point and it turns into a tangent arc. Then I continue again with a line. Now go back, go into that arc, press Shift. You want to avoid any connection to that origin here. Then again, tangent arc, line. No, no. Yeah, I get the tangent arc. Turn here, the line, and another line here. Okay, let's show where we don't have that tangency. So there is a tangency between those two. So I can fix that and then go into tangent command, pull that out a little, pull that down. Yeah, something like that. So here, tangency down here, tangency over here, tangency there. Now pull that a little down. And I think we got all tangencies here, huh? Right, so that's it for the side sketch. Now, let's have a look at that top sketch again. Go to the extrude, take that curve and give that a symmetric extrude. Yeah. Okay. And go to the split command. Just take that sketch here. There it is. Then again, delete that outer face and our parts here. Thicken that face to the inside and maybe take that thickness divided by 4 times 3. Okay, you can hide surfaces and hide that side sketch. And so this is the frame. This is the glass. And then this with a different color, like that, is the side. And I can hide that top sketch and hide the glass and apply a fillet. I'll hide the frame for a moment, go into the fillet with a 0.6, just window, select all this, and go to the frame, And when to select all this, accept that. Then go into the mirror of parts. Again, select this over our right plane. And well, okay, I added it all. So maybe make that a new part, and then in a second step, make a Boolean operation union of frame. So we get the glass, the side, the other glass, and that other side. I didn't design now the nose pad here, and no hinges. I might do so in a future video if my audience is interested in that. Okay, and that's it for this tutorial. I hope you liked that, and I see you in the next one.